Okay. Again, these accounting titles are the terms used to identify the specific elements of accounting, of course, to be used in the recording process. So these titles will help you in the recording steps or process in accounting. So, of course, you should appropriately identify the necessary or correct terms or titles for recording phase because they are to be brought forward in the accounting reports. These titles are to be used for you to accurately record or properly select or find proper or appropriate terms in every recording. So if there are wrong accounts, if there are wrong titles na nagamit, the users of accounting reports, the management, the government, those are the users of accounting reports. Of course, they will apt to misled and of course, consequently, will lead you to wrong decisions. Okay? So you should always or properly consider this accounting titles. Yan lahat yan. And so with, of course, the titles with the other accounts. Liabilities. So if you are to select ano yung mga accounting titles under assets, yung code dyan is that all of the resources, lahat ng nagagamit at pagmamay-ari ng business are all assets. Okay? Lahat ng items, lahat ng may value. Ultimo, eraser, pins, thumbtacks, yung mga small things, those are all assets. Even the current assets na katulad ng mga buildings, property, land, building, those are all assets. Then, yung code naman, para madali nyo may classify kapag liabilities, yon ay may mga term na payable. Payables. Ayan. As you can see, ayan yon. May mga payables kapag liability. Kasi when we say liability, again, these are obligations that the entity owes to other parties or to other businesses din. Okay? Obligations niya sa ibang mga business pa, sa ibang mga parties involved sa business. Katulad ng mga suppliers, hindi pa paid yung total amount na kailangan niyang bayaran. So, meron kang payables, meron kang obligations to other parties. Okay. Yung kanina assets, merong mga receivables na term. And meron din lahat ng mga items or mga current assets. Okay. Mga tangible na tinatawag, tangible assets, those that can be seen and touched. Okay, lahat yon assets. And then, pag equity naman, this 2 lang naman ang title under owner's equity. Kasi again, when we say equity, these are, if we use the equation, the difference between pag dineduct yung liability to asset, from asset rather, makukuha nyo, malalaman nyo yung total share ng owner sa business, yun ay tinatawag na equity. Owner's equity. Meron kasing share si owner sa business. Yung sarili niyang pera, sarili niyang property, dinadagdag niya sa business niya. So, yung total portion ng owner's property, it is called equity. When we say revenue naman, of course, these are sales, sales of goods, sales of services to the customers and clients. These are gross revenue. These are the amount or the money received from the customers or clients. Yun ay tinatawag na revenue. Mga payments ng customer and clients. Tawag doon revenue. Of course, hindi lang revenue, yung buong revenue ay maiuuwi or yun ang kabuuang kita nyo. No. We have to always have, syempre, ang expenses. So when we say expenses naman, these are mga costs. Operating costs of the entity due to operation or operating the business. So merong cost of operating the business. Ide-deduct nyo lahat ng ginastos in the business. Ito lahat yun. Lahat ng taxes. Yan, ide-deduct nyo yan sa total revenue nyo. Kapag nag-advertise kayo or nag-promote kayo ng products nyo or ng business name nyo, ide-deduct lahat ng advertising expenses. May pasweldo kayo sa mga employees nyo. Kahit na maliit lang yung business, you should pay your employees pa rin or mga helpers or workers properly. Kailangan nababayaran sila ng tama. Pag nagsisweldo kayo sa mga empleyado nyo or workers, that will be considered as your expense. Okay? Yung kanilang salaries and wages. Ano pa? Mag-i-stocks kayo, additional supply sa business, may babayaran kayo, expense din yun. Kuryente, telephone, internet, these are utilities expense. Kapag nagre-rent lang ang business, bayad din yun, expense din yun, additional cost. Kapag may mga kailangan bilihin, okay, tools, expense din yun. Depreciation expense, let's say, yung asset nyo, hindi na yon yung talagang value ng asset. Let's say, vehicle, due to usage, bumababa ang value ng isang vehicle. Pag bumababa ang value ng isang vehicle, tinatawag yun na depreciation expense. Nagde-depreciate yung value ng sasakyan. Okay? Yung nababawas na value doon sa asset or doon sa sasakyan, example, ay expense ng business. Binabawas yun. So, example, bigyan ko kayo ng example. Kapag bumili ako ng vehicle, a certain vehicle, gagamitin natin siya for delivery. Okay, vehicle or delivery van. Let's say, at first, we bought this certain vehicle to 1 million pesos na. 1 million pesos. Ito yung total value ng vehicle at first, nung binili natin siya. As time goes by, let's say, every month, nagde-depreciate o lumiliit yung value ng sasakyan na yan. What are the reasons kung bakit nagde-depreciate o lumiliit yung value? Hindi na 1 million yung value ng sasakyan na yan after a month, after a month, after a month, or after a year. Okay. Yung value na ng sasakyan na yan, after a month, hindi na 1 million. Let's say, nag-depreciate ng 50,000 pesos. Lumiit yung value. per month. 50,000. Therefore, let's say binili natin to ngayong September, this certain vehicle na 1 million pesos. Pagdating ng October, magkano na lang ang value ng vehicle? It's 950,000 pesos na lang. By the end of October. Bakit? Kasi lahat ng assets, lahat ng tangible assets nagde-depreciate. Lumiliit yung value. Hindi, pagdating ng October, hindi na 1 million ang value ng sasakyan. Bakit? Due to usage, dahil ginagamit siya, and then marami rin yung naglalabasan na ng mga mas magaganda pa ang mga for delivery van or mga sasakyan, mga vehicle, nagde-depreciate, lumiliit na yung value. Therefore, by October, 950,000 pesos na lang ang value ng sasakyan. Merong formula for that. Okay. So, therefore, kapag dating ng ng November, nag-depreciate ulit ng another 50,000 pesos per month, 900,000 pesos na lang. Lumiliit yung value ng sasakyan. Nakuha niyo, class, kung ano yung depreciation. Ayan. Every month, lumiliit yung value na ng sasakyan. The only asset na hindi nagde-depreciate ay land. Okay? Hindi na-detect ang depreciation ng land. Other lands are appreciated. Tumataas pa yung value. Hindi nagde-depreciate. Ayan. Therefore, yung mga tag 50,000 na nababawas na value na lumiliit dun sa total amount ay tinatawag na depreciation expense. Okay? Yung depreciation, tandaan nyo, ay isang expense account. Okay? It is an expense account. Insurance expense, meron kayong babayaran ng mga interest in insurance. Those are expenses. Iba yung prepaid ha, iba yung prepaid. Prepaid is an asset. Okay? Basta may nakikita kayong prepaid, asset yan agad. Kahit may term siya na expense. Basta may term na prepaid. Okay? Prepaid. Those are assets. Pero as you can see, meron yan mga taxes and licenses expense, advertising expense. You will not be confused kasi merong expense na term sa title. Okay? Bad debts expense. Bad debts expense. Ano ba yung bad debts expense? So, yung bad debts expense are expenses that the client or customers cannot pay a certain amount anymore. Example, ano ba tong bad debt expense? Kunyari, si Miss Eliza ay customer ko ng aking mga perfumes. Okay? Okay. Merong 500 pesos ulit na perfume akong binibenta kay Miss Eliza per bottle. Okay. Let's say, regular customer ko siya, 500 pesos. Ang kada order niya sa akin, let's say, 50 bottles din. 50 bottles. 50 pieces of bottles. So, meron akong revenue sa kanya na 25,000 pesos. Yan, minultiply ko lang siya. Multiply. Okay, 25,000 pesos. Ang nabayaran pa lang ni Eliza, let's say 20,000 pesos. 20,000 pesos pa lang ang earnings ko kay Eliza. Okay, 20,000 pesos. The other 5,000 pesos, ang sabi ni Eliza, I cannot pay that 5,000 pesos anymore. Hindi na daw niya kaya bayaran yung 5,000 pesos. Okay? this 5,000 pesos will now be called bad debts. Okay? Instead, na dapat ang tawag ko dito sa another 5,000 pesos ay revenue, but since the customer or client cannot pay that 5,000 pesos anymore, she cannot pay it anymore. Okay? Hindi ko na matatanggap itong 5,000 pesos as my revenue or my income. Ayan. I-record ko na to 5,000 pesos as bad debts kasi hindi ko na matatanggap siya. Dineclare na ng customer, ng client na hindi niya na kaya bayaran yung 5,000 pesos. Ayan. So, itong 5,000 pesos na to, ang tawag na dito, bad debts. Utang na siya na hindi na mababayaran. Okay? Katulad ng mga sa bangko, ganyan. Kapag nag-loan ka sa bangko and then dumating yung time na konti pa lang yung nabayaran natin sa bangko, let's say kalahati ng napahiram sa atin ng bank, the other balance or the remaining balance na hindi na natin kaya bayaran, i-record yon ng bangko as their bad debts. Therefore, expense sa kanila yon, kabawasan sa kanilang kikitain. Bad debts expense. Ayan. Those are bad debts. Okay, nakuha yung bad debts expense. Pag dumating na yung time na yung mga customers or clients hindi na nababayaran yun sa kanilang mga supplier o sa mga businesses, ayan, ano yun, kabawasan yun sa kanilang kita. Ayan. Ang title na nire-record ng mga businesses para doon sa certain utang na yon ay bad debts na. Ano na siya, parang lugi na siya. It's because that 5,000 supposed to be is a revenue, but hindi na. Hindi na siya revenue. Expense na siya. Napunta na siya sa expense. And then, this one, miscellaneous expense. Ano naman yung miscellaneous expense? This miscellaneous expense ay mga minor expenses na nag-arise. Let's say, kakailanganin ng dagdag na may nasira lang na tools, kakailanganin ng certain parts. Ayun, yung mga biglaang gastos. Yun ay miscellaneous expense. Let's say, bibili ng water for the employees, yung mga ganun lang, mga mabilisang gastos ay tinatawag ng miscellaneous expense. Yan. Example pa, mga transportation expense, may biglaan kailangan na bayaran or puntahan. Ayan, those are miscellaneous expense. Basta lahat ng gastos in the business, the cost of doing business, those are deductions. It is called expense. So I have short secret for you. Short secret. Wait lang. So I have here short secret. Ayan. For discussion natin yan para mas lalo niyong maintindihan. Ayan. Ayan natin. Maliit na. Ayan. Please get your notebooks. Kahit yung MacBook nyo na lang, tapos lagyan nyo na lang ng code doon sa gilid. Pwede din naman yan ihalo. MacBook. Para hindi na nakaseparate yung general mathematics nyo to an elective mathematics. Pagsamahin nyo na lang. Lagyan nyo ng code ng bookkeeping. So, true or false? True or false na lang yan, class. No need to explain. True or false lang. Miss Donaire, you can also check our GC. Sinend ko din doon yung seatwork. Okay, let's try checking. Okay, for number 1, the cutoff date refers to the date as of which transactions of the preceding accounting period are separated from those of the next. So basically, that's the purpose of having an accounting period, meaning you're going to cut the amount or the ending amount in preparation for the coming accounting period. Let's say, yung sinabi ko na accounting period, daily, pag close na ng store or pag close na ng shop, at the end of the day, yung last amount na na-compute at the end of the closing, that will be carried over to the next day. Okay? Therefore, yung cut-off date refers to the date as of which transactions to the preceding accounting period are separated. So therefore, separate ang date on the previous and for tomorrow or the next day's period or time. Ganon siya, or date. Separated. Therefore, for number 1, it is true. Okay. Laging separate. Yun yung purpose ng accounting period. Di ba? Merong monthly, mayroong quarterly, and then yearly or annually. Ayan. siniseparate yung lahat ng mga amounts or mga events or transaction on that accounting period alone. Next, number 2, in accordance with the business entity concept, all transactions daw of sole proprietorship, either business or personal, are recorded on business records. True or false? True. For number 2, the answer is true. So, business, of course, kasi the owner, syempre, siya yung nagpapatakbo ng business. Whereas, kapag personal naman, kasi si owner ay meron siyang part or portion ng shinare niya in the business. Kaya either of the two, business or personal, those two are always recorded on business records. Kahit personal, kasi may portion lang, hindi yung personal as in kahit na hindi niya shinare sa business, nire-record, hindi. Yung mga shinare lang niya na personal things in the business, yun lang yung mga nire-records. And of course, syempre, business. And then for number 3, aside from cash, na 200,000 pesos daw, si Abe Dominion owns a house and lot and a car, all worth 500,000 pesos. Ininvest niya yung 150,000 pesos in a car repair shop. Okay? His equity in the business must be 700,000 pesos. Again, aside from cash. Therefore, itong cash na to, kasi sabi aside from cash, automatically, this cash is included, invested in the business, 200,000. Okay? Sabi, Abe Dominion owns a house and lot and a car all worth 500,000 pesos. So, hindi minention na itong house and lot niya and a car na worth 500,000 is invested in the business. Okay? Therefore, hindi lahat yan i-record sa business. Yung in-invest lang niya ang i-record natin sa business. Ito yon. He invests 150,000 in a car repair shop. Kung magkano lang yung sinabi sa transaction na in-invest niya na amount, yun lang ang i-record. 150,000. Therefore, his equity in the business must be, is it 700,000 pesos? Hindi po. 200,000 pesos at 150,000 pesos lang. Total amounting to 350,000 pesos. Nakuha? Ibig sabihin, although meron siyang property amounting to 500,000 pesos, hindi naman yon lahat ininvest niya sa business. Kung magkano lang yung ininvest or portion ng owner sa business na ininvest niya, yun lang ang i-record. On this example, ang ininvest niya 200,000 pesos at 150,000 pesos ang ininvest niya. Meron namang clue may keyword yan. Ito, invest. At syempre, of course, merong yung term na aside. Maliban daw sa cash. Okay, maliban daw sa cash na 200,000 pesos. So, automatically, the 200,000 pesos is included. 200,000 pesos. So, and 150 pesos ay investment. Therefore, the answer for number 3 ay false. Okay, for number 4, when revenue exceeds expenses, there is net profit. When revenue exceeds expenses, there is net profit. Tapos, ang reverse naman, in a reverse case, okay, there is net loss. True. Every time na mas malaki yung revenue or yung kita ng business than yung ginagastos niya, of course, there is net profit. Kung baliktad naman daw, if it is in reverse, mas mataas ang expenses than the revenue, then there is net loss. lugi. Okay, next, number 5. The owner's equity is positive when liabilities exceed assets. This time, liabilities are higher. Tama? Di ba? Yun yung sabi. Magiging positive ang owner's equity daw kung liabilities ay mas mataas. False. For number 5. Dapat laging mas mataas ang value ng assets. Diba? Assets equals liabilities plus equity. Or positive daw ito. Therefore, dapat mas mataas yung asset para maging positive yung equity. Next, number 6. Obtaining a loan from a bank is an example of an external event. O, external event ba yung pag-loan sa bangko? True. For number 6, it is true. External event po ang other bank or other party. External event. For number 7, purposes of preparing financial statements. The life of a business is divided into accounting periods. True or false? True. For number 7, true. Please check your own work. Recorded yan ha. Recorded. Next, number 8, the bookkeeper analyzes transactions from the point of view of the owners. Again, a bookkeeper analyzes transactions from the point of view ng owners. Owner or business? Point of view. Kanino dapat siya? Ang bookkeeper nag-analyze ng transaction. Is it on the point of view ng business or on the point of view ng owner? On the point of view ng business. Di ba merong business entity concept? So, false. On the point of view dapat ng business. Next, number 9, payment of salaries to employees is an internal event daw. Internal event pa daw ang payment to salaries. Payment to salaries. Let's try. Friedrich, true or false for number 9? Is it true or false for number 9?
False.
Correct. It is false. The payment of salaries to employees is an external event. External event, it involves other parties outside the business, although employees yun, it is an external event. And for number 10, let's try Cybel. For number 10, despite having realized a net profit daw, there may be a decrease in the owner's equity if withdrawals exceed the net profit. True or false? Try lang siya. Sabi dito, despite having realized a net profit, meron ka daw net profit, meron ka ng kinita. So there may be a decrease in the owner's equity if withdrawals exceed the net profit. So every time meron kitang business, merong increase sa owner's equity. Kasi nadadagdagan yung earnings. Merong earnings. So every time merong net profit, merong increase in the owner's equity if withdrawals exceed the net profit. So for this one, the answer is false. dapat increase, hindi decrease. Kapag may net profit, mayroong increase. Kapag baliktad naman, pag net loss naman ang result, decrease. Okay, lugi ang owner's equity, bababa ang owner's equity. Okay. What's this, Mr. Friedrich? Ano tong shinare mo? Mr. Friedrich, what is this? Na pwedeng i-download? Baka virus or scam? What's this? Ano tong sinend niya, class? Ano to? Is this your score, Mr. Friedrich? What's this?
My score is 5. That's yes.
Okay. So this is your score. Sige, pakisend na lang yung score. So that will be 10 points. 7/10. Sige, Escobar is 7. Wait lang, baka mag-end na si sir. 7, Santos 8. Sige, pakisend na lang. Sige, para hindi na kayo mag-messenger dito sa chat na lang. Okay? Next. Okay. Next. Yan. Before i-end ni Sir Amor, go. And, okay. Sino pa po? Okay, how about Villanueva? Is he here? Nawala siya. Okay. How about Miss Donaire? Ayan, send na lang siya. And Redridge. Okay. I'll see you again on Monday, class. Good luck on your test. Summative test. Ingat kayo. Bye.